What's up, Sports Fury Nation? We're back with another divisional outlook, and this time we're talking about the best division in the NFL, the NFC North.
Best?
And joining us to talk about the NFC North is Tom Grossi.
It's me.
Welcome, Tom. You're a Green Bay Packers fan.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was really contemplating on what Packer favorite jersey I wanted to wear. I was gonna go with Jay Cutler, but I decided to just go with the custom jersey instead. But thank you so much for having me. I promise you by the end of this, you will regret it.
Absolutely, I already do. Every time Jay Cutler is mentioned on the Sports Fury, I gotta take a beer.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's tradition. Didn't we burn that jersey? I think we burnt it.
Yes, we did.
I don't doubt it. I'm pretty sure he just burnt his jersey after that too, because it's just he'll always have a special place in my heart, especially during the NFC Championship game. Always.
Jesus Christ!
Oh God!
This is gonna get. This is gonna get good.
Injured just now, so I'm gonna sit this one out.
Okay.
I think I pulled something.
That's gonna be good.
So as you guys can see, Tom is a funny guy. He's actually a comedian. Tom, everybody, go follow Tom. There's link to the description to his channel is in the description box down below. Go follow it right now. Go down there. Go follow his channel. And where else could they follow you, Tom?
I mean, it's all the Tom Grossi comedy. You can check out the website, as was mentioned in your video. I do have my own website. I'm slightly professional. You can check out the YouTube where we have Packcast, which is the weekly Packers podcast, in which we bring enemies on the show every single week. And just like I have been brought onto your stage today.
So you guys go follow Tom.
Won't be
the
disappointed,
links
guys.
Will be in the description box.
Yeah.
If you're a Bears fan, you don't really have to. You know, it's fine. It's okay, right, Tom?
It's true. I won't miss you.
All right, so NFC North, guys. Now, last year, the Vikings won it.
Yes,
they won the damn division last year.
At least y'all can both hate them. Y'all agree on something.
Dumpster fire. Just a dumpster fire of a year last year.
You guys finished third, but we all know why. I mean, Aaron Rodgers going down.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we do not have a team without Aaron Rodgers. I have no problem saying that, in that he makes us look so much better than we actually are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I forgot who finished last, but anyway.
I don't think everybody else forgot.
Minnesota Vikings, they went 13-3 last year. They were looking damn good.
Yeah.
So going into this year, 2018, I don't think another division in the entire NFL had an offseason quite like ours, Tom. What do you think?
Yeah, we had a lot of volatility. We had some crazy things, crazy shakeups from the Packers' ends, obviously.
Yeah.
A lot of staff changes, things like that. Said goodbye to some players, some hello to other ones. The Vikings getting Kirk Cousins. The Bears, he probably did something, I think, at one point. Oh, Kevin White became, a superstar. Oh, wait, no, he hasn't, played, 3 snaps yet. Never mind. That's fine. Listen, I'm sure this is the year you'll sweep us.
This is absolutely going to be the year, and we'll get into that for sure.
Yeah.
Now you're Green Bay Packers. You guys bring back Joe Philbin, offensive coordinator. Last time he was there, he was your offensive coordinator back in 2011 when he left.
Yeah.
Yep. He did great things with you guys.
Good old 15-1 season, just losing against the Chiefs. Yep, when we still didn't have a defense back then either. Yeah, it's I'm really happy to have him back. I think the biggest change the Packer fans are going to be happy with, of course, is finally saying goodbye to Dom Capers, because good God, just a tumor that was diagnosed 6 years ago, and finally they're just oh yeah, we should cut this out. This is bad. Okay, and now
you guys got Mike Patine as your defensive coordinator. How do you guys feel about him?
Head coach of the Browns. Who wouldn't love that? Amazing.
Right.
But he led an amazing defense with the Jets back in the day. Brought them to 2 AFC Championship back-to-back. Worked with Wilkerson. So I think he's a much-needed breath of fresh air. And the things that came out about Capers, how it was really complicated for the rookies, and he just kind of fell off. 2014 we had a pretty good defense, but ever since we won the Super Bowl, is just not looking good on that side of the ball.
Now, talking about all those coaches changes and stuff, I do have one change that I was actually excited for, y'all. Ted Thompson. Now, as a Packer fan, were you happy about him not having so much power on the personnel and stuff like that? No.
It's interesting because Ted Thompson is like still there. He's like the ex-girlfriend that like you still have to live with because like you can't afford the utilities, just paying by yourself. And so like he's like there like watching the new GM and just like staring at him. But I want to say I'm more surprised than anything. But I think if there's anything that we've wanted over the past few years is a little bit more aggressiveness in the free agency.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I love Ted Thompson for his drafting ability. Like the maybe not the first and second rounds, but the way that he is able to find, the deep talent. Yeah. And we've really been able to run the NFC North with it for years.
And you guys, you guys had a pretty damn good draft. I'll give you that.
This draft,
you guys had a pretty damn good draft.
Oh yeah,
getting Jair Alexander and Josh Jackson.
Yeah,
shit.
We went in with a single mentality of draft all the cornerbacks and draft all the wide receivers, and we did it. So, I'm hoping that ends up better than when we drafted Quentin Rollins and Randall, but because we did that a few years ago too, where we did a
that's very true. I think these two guys are going to be a lot better though.
I really hope so.
And then now you guys added Jimmy Graham, Muhammad Wilkerson,
finally getting some free agents.
Most notably, Deshaun Kaiser. I mean, come on.
Oh yeah, that's
trade of the century. Absolutely. I mean, listen, when Aaron Rodgers decides to retire when he's 50, Kaiser's going to take up the mantle, and it's amazing. I honestly cannot wait for it.
I hope he brings you guys as much joy and happiness as Jay Cutler brought us for many years.
I mean, Jay Cutler brought us so much happiness, so I agree. I hope he
I know he did. That fucking asshole.
He's not Brett Hundley, so like I'm okay with.
I love Brett Hundley.
Oh, good God!
Come on.
That man, Mike McCarthy hyped him up so much, and then it just fell apart like me on my wedding night, and it's just bad. It was just so bad.
Yeah.
Now the Detroit Lions, they also had a lot of key additions. Man, they just hired Matt Patricia as head coach. I thought that was a great move. That coaching staff is stacked.
They need a defensive mind over there because their defense has been so
Jim Bob Cooter as offensive coordinator. I think he's one of the top offensive minds in the NFL.
You wanted him as your head coach.
Yeah.
For a while.
Yeah. At first, I was like, I want Jim Bob Cooter as head coach, but
and I think honestly one of the best names in the NFL because who doesn't love a man named Jim Bob Cooter?
It just rolls. Perfect.
It's just phenomenal.
Yeah. They got LeGarrette Blount over there in Detroit. They picked him up in free agency.
He's been a lucky charm for teams nowadays. So.
Yeah, I won a couple.
Unless you're the Steelers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's like, screw you guys, we're going to win a Super Bowl.
All he did was get Le'Veon Bell suspended. That's it.
And they got a Kieran Johnson in the draft.
Yeah,
that was a good pick. So they desperately need a running game,
and they actually have a 100-yard rusher for once in like 5 years.
Last year, I think
I'm exaggerating.
They were dead last in rushing. They were just terrible.
Yeah, they're terrible.
Let's see the Bears. We got a new coach, Matt Nagy.
All right, let's move on. No, yeah, your Bears have really improved, man. That coach.
Sorry, the audio must have cut out. I thought you said you did something memorable. All right, so the last thing you were saying, the Lions. I think they'll be a little bit improved.
Is going to kick your ass from here on out.
Here it comes.
Matt Nagy, and then we kept Vic Fangio. That was a fucking great move, keeping him on the staff.
Okay.
And we got a wide receiving core now, guys. We got Allen Robinson. We got
Kevin White.
we got Trey Burton now at tight end. That was a good move.
Y'all have weapons, but can they stay healthy? Because y'all have the worst luck when it comes to healthy receivers.
Well, we're a little snake bitten when it comes to health, but you know what? Everything's changed now. It's all different. Nagy's here now. Nagy's here.
Okay. I'm just saying, because, look, Alshon Jeffrey was injury prone, and then he goes and wins the Super Bowl with the Eagles. So.
Well, I know. I'm just saying, like, everything's different now. It's a breath of fresh air now here in Chicago. I love what we did during the offseason. Chicago Bears, we made a lot of goddamn great moves.
Yep.
And we had ourselves a damn good draft. I mean, shit. Raquan Smith, Rookie of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Bold I did want him. I did. I had the hots for him. We got him. We did.
You wanted him too.
I did, but I wanted us to trade up to get him.
But we got him.
Yes, y'all did. Okay.
We got him.
Yeah, a first round pick next year because of the Saints. I think I'll be okay. We'll get Raquan Smith when he's a bust in 3 years, and we'll get him for a pick.
Shit.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It's not going to be a problem at all.
I think we had an A+ draft. Honestly, not just that, but we got Anthony Miller. We got James Daniels, who's going to be great on the offensive line. Chicago doing good. Shit.
I do want to say this. I think all these teams, Vikings, Packers, Bears, Lions,
the
they
Vikings
all did great in the offseason regarding free agency or draft.
Vikings had probably one of the biggest splashes, if not the biggest splash in free agency.
Oh, of course.
Getting Kirk Cousins, which we saw coming.
Yeah, we predicted that before the season was over.
Almost a year ago, we figured that he was going to go to Minnesota. But he lands it with the Vikings. What do you think about that, Tom?
I love that move. I absolutely love it because it was $84 million. Is it? I'm thinking somewhere around there.
I can't remember.
Give or take, something like that. I am so happy that they have given that man so much guaranteed money because it's going to sink their franchise for years to come. And I cannot personally wait to watch the Vikings crumble and fall apart. Like I never thought Kirk Cousins. Let's look at Kirk Cousins' career. That guy is the purest example of a meh quarterback. He's like perfectly meh. The guy, like, he throws a bunch of picks. He's not bad, but I would say even right this second, Alex Smith is at least more accurate. Like, because you know how, like, Alex Smith is more like the system QB?
Well, Alex Smith plays very, very safe, conservative.
Yeah, a lot of checkdowns.
Yeah.
Like, I think the Chiefs made a mistake letting him go. Like, I don't know what they're putting a lot of trust in Mahomes. So
That's true.
But I like Kirk Cousins going over there with John DeFilippo. They got offensive coordinator John DeFilippo. I think he's amazing. I think he's going to be great with Kirk Cousins.
He was great. They said he had a big part in helping game plan for Nick Foles into the playoffs and stuff like that, which obviously we saw what happened there. So I like Kirk Cousins. He has been a meh quarterback so far with the Red Sox, right? Even when they went to the playoffs and won the division, they were only 9-7. But they didn't even have that great of a record.
But you got to concede, Tom. They got some weapons over there for Kirk Cousins. They got
they do.
Wide receivers, that good offensive line, good running game.
They're getting Dalvin Cook back. I mean, no, the Vikings are a scary team, and that defense has been locked up for quite some time, and that was just building through the draft year after year.
They just added Sheldon Richardson.
Sheldon Richardson, and didn't they draft who's that corner? Mike Hughes.
Mike Hughes, yes.
And I loved him, man.
I liked him a lot too. Yeah. I had him on some mocks. Yeah.
So I think this Vikings team. Look what they did when they had Case Keenum, right? One of the most basic quarterbacks out there.
I like Case Keenum.
I do too. But he's not splashy. He's not going to make those big plays. Well, except for the miracle play. But I'm not going to put that all on him.
That was failed defense.
Yeah, that was more failed defense and Stephon Diggs being smart enough not to go out of bounds right away. But no, I think the Vikings having Kirk Cousins is a huge upgrade.
Huge upgrade.
So huge.
Okay.
So huge.
I think he's definitely an upgrade, but I mean, for either of you guys, do you want to be paying $80 million for Kirk Cousins? Like, I can't justify. I know that that's the mark. I cannot justify that. But we are in a very win now. Look at the Broncos a couple of years ago. Yeah. Let's throw all the money at free agency and win a Super Bowl for a year and be mediocre after that. Maybe this will work for the Vikings. I hope not.
Okay, that we can agree on.
Yeah.
That we can agree on.
That was the biggest knock going into this, right? It's because they were saying, throwing all that money into Kirk Cousins is going to limit their ability to re-sign players on their defense, which has been their staple, right?
Yeah.
So it's good. We're going to see. But luckily, some of these guys are still already locked in, right? So, and they got a young corner already. Xavier Rhodes. Rhodes, he had signed a contract extension a couple years ago, so he's still got for a couple years. So they might be able to keep this at least for another year or two. So, which is bad news for both of y'all.
I think we'll be okay.
Listen, if Aaron Rodgers can stay healthy, we can take the random people off the street to catch the ball and make it happen. Yep, that's it.
Now we're talking about additions. I wanted to bring this up. Sorry. What do you think? How'd you feel letting go of Jordy Nelson? Because I feel like there's mixed reviews on that.
That can't be that big of a deal. I mean, Jordy Nelson's done, man.
Okay, it hurt my soul. But here's the thing. I understand. So this was a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
I was looking at the salary caps, and Randall Cobb was at $10.5 million for this upcoming season. And I think Jordy was up to 11. And so one of those things had to give. And then we just signed Devontae Adams to this huge contract. And I'm there's no way that they're keeping all three. Yeah. Now, if you're looking at it purely from an age perspective, it makes sense to cut Jordy. With Aaron Rodgers on the field, Jordy's great. Without him, he disappears. He like last season, he was completely irrelevant. But like those first like 5 or 6 games, he was great because him and Rodgers have that amazing connection. That being said, Randall Cobb, to me, over the past few years, has been more disappointing in that he hasn't been consistent. The last big play he made, oh God, I think it was like that touchdown grab, like on 4th down, week 17. I don't remember what team he was playing. Anyway, it'll come to me. But I think that was like the last big thing he had. And I think Ty Montgomery is a guy who can replace him in the slot because I feel like they're going to move Montgomery all around, whether it'll be the slot or running back or what have you. So I thought they might have gotten rid of him, but they went with Jordy. And I liked Jordy. He was a nice guy, you know, but
I was a little disappointed in it. I was a little disappointed.
I didn't care.
I think Aaron Rodgers.
You were happy, Josh.
Yeah, you're okay with it. He's like, go to Oakland, have fun.
Go to Black Hole. Get out of here.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, I wish him nothing but the best.
Yeah.
It's not like an Eddie Lacy situation. So but it's a tough business, and when you get to a certain point, at a certain age, you are limited in your talents. He is coming off a big surgery from 2 years ago, so. It kind of is just the nature of the game, unfortunately.
Yeah. So, that's some of the key additions, key losses over the division. Yeah. Like I said, huge offseason for the NFC North.
Jimmy Graham.
Yeah, Jimmy Graham.
I think that's going to really make up for the red zone with Jordy, with Jimmy there.
I like this move because Jimmy Graham, I didn't think ever fit in Seattle.
No.
That was just terrible. Now he's here in Green Bay. This is where he's going to be more like the Jimmy Graham you kind of see in New Orleans.
Yeah.
And that's, go ahead.
Yeah, and that's the hope because, I mean, at first, like, when we signed him, I was kind of like, meh, but the thing is, like, we've been looking for a tight end ever since 2009 when Jermichael Finley went out. Yeah. And, like, we structured an entire offense around him, and then he got hurt, and that kind of went away. We have not had a good tight end threat for 8 years.
Yeah.
And so now when we have a red zone target like Jimmy Graham, I think it's really going to kind of add that offensive boost. And it's just a bigger target for Aaron Rodgers to throw the ball to.
Yes. And what I love about it, and I thought it was a great addition because when he was in New Orleans, Jimmy Graham, the back shoulder throws from Drew Brees were phenomenal. Nobody could stop it. Who's better at back shoulder throws than Aaron Rodgers in this league?
Sure.
Yep. Him and Jordy mastered that. That's what made Jordy so deadly in the red zone. And I think if Aaron Rodgers puts that together with Jimmy,
he's gonna be able to flourish, man. I mean, out there in Seattle, they wanted him to be a blocker.
I don't know.
I
No.
was like, what the hell are you doing?
He's a receiver more than a tight end.
I was like, what are you doing?
He's a receiver.
Why'd you trade for him? Like, it didn't make no sense.
Yeah, no, and that's what we got Mercedes Lewis for. I mean, like he is the blocker. So I mean, again, we have him on that front, and then we have Jimmy Graham. So I think definitely our offense is looking better, and I think Jimmy Graham just helps it.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's get into the quarterbacks. I want to rank these quarterbacks.
Let's rank them.
All right,
okay.
Because it's pretty damn good. You got Aaron Rodgers. We talked about Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
We have not mentioned Matthew Stafford. Tom, what are your thoughts on Matthew Stafford, man? I always felt like he was just always underrated. Yeah. I love Matthew Stafford. He's great.
Yeah, that guy, like, he reminds me. So, like, that first year that Aaron Rodgers came into the league and got sacked 50 times, that's Matthew Stafford's career. And, like, I feel like he is, like, it's never given any credit. The guy has an arm that could just bomb the ball down there. Yeah. The guy is constantly getting sacked. He is tough as hell because, like, he is getting slammed into the ground. Like, the offensive line hates him. Yeah. And so I think he's definitely better. But you also need to think, too, I mean, like, they had Calvin Johnson, obviously, and there was that connection. Golden Tate has kind of, like, taken on that role a little bit. I died.
Oh, hold up.
Yeah. It's all right.
The video.
Oh, God. We're all dying.
It's on.
Let's see. Better?
Okay.
There it is.
I don't know if I did. I pushed a button. Okay.
Yeah.
So, anyway, so I think with Stafford, like, you can't even, to me, like, I can't name a notable receiver besides maybe Golden Tate and Calvin Johnson that he's ever had to throw the ball to.
Yeah.
So I agree in that he's been very underrated throughout his career.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
So obviously Aaron Rodgers is top dog.
There's no argument there.
Right.
I don't think anybody.
Yeah. And number 2, I would put Matthew Stafford. I think he's the second best quarterback in the division. And then number 3. I think this is a bit of a debate.
Is it?
Is it really?
I'm gonna go Kirk Cousins.
Okay.
I would think that's the right call, even though how much I think he's mediocre.
Yeah, I'm going Kirk Cousins. Why? I would love to put Trubisky right there. And does he have the potential? Absolutely. But he's not there yet, guys. He's not there. I know Bears fans watching this like, Josh, come on, be a real Bears fan. Put him number 1. Can't do it. I got to keep it real. Trubisky, he's got.
Can we see it happen?
He's finally got some weapons now. Okay, let's see what he can do with that. Let's see what he can do this year. But I think Kirk Cousins has got to be 3rd, and then I'd put Trubisky at the end.
Now, are we ranking these quarterbacks based off of like what production we see out of them, or just talent wise?
Production.
I'm gonna put Kirk Cousins number 2 then. Just because of his weapons. I like his weapons more than Detroit and Matthew Stafford.
Matthew Stafford Stafford's still going to outthrow him.
But Stafford the thing is, I think Kirk Cousins could because of the fact
he could. Think
he could.
He could. He's got Diggs. He's got
weapons in a running game.
Thielen.
And think about it. Kirk Cousins, I think, has a potential to be better than Matthew Stafford regarding stats wise.
Stafford will outthrow him. Yeah, he will.
I'm going to put Kirk number 2.
I have a really important point that I want to make sure I bring up. So Trubisky, as we all know, is a diehard Packers fan, as you have seen from his tweets. So do you think there's going to be a conflict of interest when he plays Aaron Rodgers and is just in awe of him and is like, he's going to summon his inner Jay Cutler and just throw pick after pick after pick?
Just because he's gonna take that field and I'll shove this ball right up your fucking ass, Aaron Rodgers, you damn cheesehead. Oh, I can't. Trubisky's ready to go.
He has to. He can't go against his team. Oh, come on. That'd be like if you were on the Lions. You're gonna.
He wants to beat the Packers. Yes, he loves Green Bay. He probably has a lot of respect for Aaron Rodgers. Now he wants to destroy them. He wants to take over. He wants to conquer, and he'll do that
so much.
He'll do that week 1.
Ooh.
Every time that Trubisky throws an interception, I'm going to retweet that tweet that he has of "Hell yeah, go Packers," and I'm just going to keep retweeting that over and over and over.
Oh, absolutely! I'm sure we'll get none of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hide notifications.
We're never having him on again.
No, but no. I think Stafford will be better than be better than Kirk Cousins with those weapons.
I'm gonna say Kirk Cousins
because those. Still that wide receiving core. Marvin Jones and Golden Tate and Galladay.
Yeah, but I really think that this year going into that team, they're gonna really try to emphasize the run a little bit more. And try to get some more balance.
No.
I know that's crazy to say, but drafting a running back, emphasizing that, I think they're going to try to. But I think Kirk Cousins has better weapons.
They'll get better, but it's still a pass.
I'd take Thielen and Diggs over Golden Tate and Marvin.
The wide receivers are better, but not the quarterback.
So we'll see. What's your rankings?
So here's the thing: when it comes to production. I agree that Stafford will do more, but it's not. But I agree that Minnesota's more talented. But here's the reason why: is because Minnesota is a run defense heavy team. Yes. So like they'll rely on their defense. It'll be a slow, drawn out game. They'll use Dalvin Cook a lot. So Kirk Cousins might not put up impressive stats. They might win a crap ton of games. So like the winning percentage might be up there, but I think Matthew Stafford just has to do more. So he'll have to throw the ball because they don't have the defense and they don't have the running game to support.
That's exactly true. That's true. I can kind of understand that.
And he's more talented.
I'm not arguing that. I like Matthew Stafford. You know that. I think he's very talented.
He's a very nice man.
But Mitchell Trubisky, I think he's gonna have a good season this year. I think with the weapons he's got, Allen Robinson. Hope, man, please stay healthy. Shit, we just sucked your ass. Please stay healthy. Wide receiving core, please.
Honestly, I said this in the offseason or whenever y'all signed those guys. Mitch Trubisky, I think he could be good. He just had the weapons. Last year he had no weapons. Man, that offense coordinator y'all had last year was trash. What was his name? I don't even remember his name anymore.
Even last year, even last year. I mean, with the lack of weapons, I love his decision making. I love his poise in his pocket. He's got quick feet. His release is ridiculous. It's lightning quick.
Yeah.
So, what?
No, I just love like this. It's kind of like how the Vikings fans talk about Teddy Bridgewater, like back when he was like playing he's the next Tom Brady.
You're
Like
gonna
you see him in the pocket.
Teddy Bridgewater
Trubisky
to
hasn't done
Mitchell
anything.
Trubisky?
Hasn't done a thing. The guy walks out of the locker room. You're like, oh man, look at those calves. You see, he's ready. He's ready to walk on that field. Oh, look at his cleats that he's wearing. Oh, are those studs? Oh man. What a man. Adidas, sign this man.
I don't give a fuck what he's wearing. Mitchell Trubisky's going on to the damn field and he's gonna get the damn job done as long as the guys stay healthy and catch the damn ball. Trey Burton, I think that was an awesome addition to the Chicago Bears. He's gonna be great.
With Shaheen? Is that his name?
Adam Shaheen, Deion Sims, who's Deion Sims.
He's gonna be more the blocker.
Trey Burton.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so how many touchdowns do you think Trubisky's throwing this year?
Ooh.
He'll throw 23 touchdowns.
Right. 20 how many?
23 touchdowents. He'll throw
23.
23 touchdowns.
Okay. That's actually that's really not that high because y'all going to be running first, okay.
Yes, we're running game.
Okay.
Matt Nagy, he's going to use a lot of Jordan Howard and Tariq Cohen. I think Trubisky throws 23 touchdowns. I'm going to say 23, 25 touchdowns.
Okay.
All right.
What do you think, Tom? What do you
Well, no, I just I enjoy your sense of optimism.
He's going to throw 3 touchdowns?
Take away the 2 from the start. Or, you know what? I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Add the 2 and 3 together, and I'll give you the 5. I say he throws under 20.
Throws under 20.
Wow.
Under 20. He might hit 19, but I think he's going to throw under 20 because Allen Robinson's gonna, have a headache week 1 and just be like, oh man, this is the division I'm in, and he's gonna sit this one out. You'll see him on the exercise bike, just like Cutler, and that'll be.
He's gonna throw 3 week 1.
Week 1.
What?
Trubisky. He's gonna throw 3 touchdowns week 1.
Nah, that's a
just
bold
for Tom.
statement.
Just
there.
for Tom.
Just for Tom.
Just for Tom.
I don't think that's a bold statement because we don't have a secondary. So you know what? You might very well do that.
But you guys got a secondary.
Well, yeah, those rookies.
Yeah,
Who you trying to fool?
That's like me saying, like, oh man, Josh Jackson, he looks so good in college that one season that he played for 8 games. Yeah,
That's true.
Again, like, I'm not going to overhype my secondary because the defense will always disappoint me, always. But I'm hopeful. I'm cautiously optimistic. But I wouldn't be surprised if Trubisky throws 3 touchdowns on us, and then that'll be the highlight of his career, obviously. But at the same, when the game's on the line, he'll just be like, "This is for you, Brett," even though he's not dead, and throw another interception, and that'll be it. He's just like the gunslinger. That's it. He can't score against his own team.
It's going to be interesting to see, right? Because he did great. Trubisky did good with the limited leash they gave him, right? Yeah. Now if they're going to let go of that leash. Let's see how he can handle that for full workload. With weapons, that means he thinks he could do more. That's when people can make more mistakes. So that's why I got to see what he can do. I think he's going to be good.
Nagy's calling the plays, I
have to see it. I have to see because when you give someone more leash, they're going to make more mistakes. And let's see how he can handle making those mistakes early in the season.
Okay.
It's true.
Because he's only started 1 year in college. I just want to throw that out there, you know? And he wasn't
which was why I was worried about us moving up to draft him.
Yeah. And he wasn't at powerhouse conference, right? He was at North Carolina.
But he won me over. He won me over last year, and I see his potential. I see what
he's got potential. It's just about capitalizing on it.
Right.
Those calves just rock solid.
Those beautiful calves.
Oh yeah.
That's it.
Now, so we talked about the quarterbacks. Let's get into their weapons, the wide receivers.
Yes.
Tell me why the Chicago Bears have the best wide receiving core in the division.
All right, so I'll lie to you. I think that Allen Robinson made Blake Bortles look somewhat decent.
Yeah.
Which is a very difficult thing to do. So I think he'll make Mitchell Trubisky look somewhat decent, and that's why I think the Bears. I can't even say the sentence. I can't fully get that out.
I actually have the Packers having the best wide receiver core in this coming up year.
Really?
Yes, and that is very heavy on Devontae Adams.
Yes.
Adams. I mean, look. Yes, the Vikings have Stephon Diggs, Thielen, and
Rudolph,
and Kendall Wright and stuff, but Aaron Rodgers is going to just make these guys into studs, man.
Yeah, That's true. See, I'm gonna go Vikings. I'm sorry. I'm not completely, and no, Tom might not like me.
Well, I mean,
I'm not sold on Davante Adams.
No, let me say. Vikings have the most talent to the wide receiving core. Yeah. But I think the Packers wide receiving core, with Aaron Rodgers healthy the entire season, will produce one.
I'm just not sold. Like, I know Davante Adams has got a lot of hype around him, right? And he's done great. I'm not saying he hasn't done good. But he's never been truly the guy always, and he's never gotten enough respect.
He will be this year.
He will be, and that means defense is going to start respecting him. Mm. And that's a different story when you have defenses focusing on you. And because it's Randall Cobb. He's so inconsistent, you never know when he's going to do good.
That is very true.
So now Jordy's gone. They don't have to worry about that deep threat. They don't have to worry about that connection that Aaron has with them. It's going to be a different mentality that Davante Adams has to go into these games.
I think he's a beast, man.
He's got the talent.
I'm scared of him. I'll say it.
I just have to see.
I mean, Davante Adams to me, like when he first came in, like there was people, including myself, like the first couple seasons, like he sucked. He was atrocious. He was dropping balls left and right. People were calling him like, release him. He's garbage, what have you. And these last 2 seasons, he's put up double-digit touchdowns. Yeah. And he did that with Aaron Rodgers and without Aaron Rodgers. So I think he's gotten close to 1,000-yard seasons. I think it was like 900 something the year before. I think like 800 last year. And he's gotten to be the guy. Yeah. And so while I think he will get more attention from defenses, then you have Jimmy Graham, who's left open. Then you have a Randall Cobb who might decide to do something this year. But I completely agree. It all hinges on Aaron Rodgers because if he's able to stay healthy, he could. I mean, like you have Equanimeous St. Brown. Like you might have him who might decide to come on the stage, or Geronimo Allison. You know, like these guys who are essentially nobodies right now. Yeah. But if you have Aaron Rodgers there, he can completely change it.
Yeah, this is purely on production. Don't get me wrong. Vikings have the most talent.
I would agree with that. I think they definitely.
I probably will have to because thinking about Jimmy Graham and all. Ty Montgomery, I think they're going to be using him a lot in the passing game more than the running game. Honestly,
yeah. I agree.
I like Aaron Jones, Jamal Williams. Hopefully, they'll use them more. But see, this is tough, man, because I love Thielen and Diggs and Tyler Rudolph. And Dalvin Cook in the pass game. So I probably will have to go Packers, man. Just thinking about Jimmy Graham, too. His dynamic just adds a totally different level.
And what about the Lions, man? We were talking about that earlier. Marvin Jones, Golden Tate, Galladay. Man, I love that dude, man. I think he's going to... He
had a good stretch for about, 4 games there. Yeah. And he kind of died off. So it's like, I want to see consistency out of that, though. He's got the talent.
He definitely does. And like I said, I think the Vikings are there. Like, if you're just putting it on paper... They have the more talented thing, but if we're taking into account the QBs that are going to be throwing them the ball, I got to go with Aaron. Because again, like he's kind of, when you're comparing like the Tom Brady thing, how the Patriots can literally pull people off the street and like you got these people who you've never heard of before and like they're MVPs now. You know what I mean? So like that, I feel like it's similar when you have like a Drew Brees, an Aaron Rodgers, a Tom Brady, they can make nobodies look like somebody.
Exactly. Yeah, that's true.
And then at the bottom, I do have the Bears. Being realistic, because this is essentially a new core right here.
Yeah, it is.
Core of weapons.
New offense, all of it.
Yeah. It would just be a little bit biased if I said, "Oh man, they're gonna be the best in the division."
Yeah.
Maybe,
even though you want it to happen, you want it to.
Maybe, but I gotta say this: Anthony Miller. I cannot wait for this guy to take the field.
Yeah.
The rookie that we just drafted. This dude looks. I love him, man.
Apparently he's a fan favorite already. Yeah, like, people are loving his practices.
Hey, if Allen Robinson goes down, when Kevin White goes down,
Kevin White's gonna go
down. Kevin White is gonna like sprain his foot like walking onto the field and just be like, "All right, guys, I'm gonna see you later. I'm out this one too."
Anthony Miller might be the guy, the wide receiver, man. Who knows?
Hey, I like Anthony Miller. I did like him coming in. I was mad when y'all got him, but yeah, because I wanted Cowboys to get him. Son of a biscuit.
I like the censoring there. That was great.
I have my moments. I have my moments.
But Anthony Miller has the second nicest calves on the team. He's number 2. Right
Cavs number 2
ranking.
All right,
what did you guys rank on this podcast? Offenses, defenses, and calves.
Which brings me to my next point.
That's why we can't look. It's because I insulted the Cavs again. There we go.
There we go.
There we go.
I was just gonna say, who has the third best Cavs in the division? Like, what was it?
I don't remember.
Have you seen Aaron? What is going on? Have you seen Aaron Rodgers' Cavs? I mean, I mean, I'm just saying the guy has some nice calves. And Danica Patrick is basically saying that he's got like a 6-pack too.
Is he still with her?
He is.
They're
going strong. This is
wow.
Listen.
Who's his ex-girlfriend that he broke it off with?
Olivia Munn?
Yes.
She was that chick who was terrible in
I don't remember, but
one of the Marvel X-Men movies. I don't know.
Was it? I don't remember.
She was horrible.
Yeah.
It's Olivia Wilde. I don't remember.
Oh, that was a different Olivia you're talking about.
I don't know who she is then.
I feel like Olivia Munn was in something that I'm trying to remember. I think she was in an X-Men movie. Yeah, she was. She was in the last one. And
was it
she
Apocalypse?
Was like the sword chick. Like she had swords and stuff.
Oh, she was in Apocalypse. Okay.
Yeah,
that's
that
what
movie sucked. Okay. So like that was like that.
Yes.
That was not good. So yeah.
No, I thought
horrible.
Bad.
Horrible. That's why Aaron dumped her. Actually, he watched that and was like, "This is actually our Apocalypse."
Yeah, we're done now. Fucked up X-Men for me. Fuck you.
Patrick McAvoy is a treasure. Damn it.
All right, let's get to the running backs of the division.
Ooh.
Who's got the best running game going into 2018, man? I'm going to go with Tom first, because if he's a smart guy, I know what he's going to say.
Okay, I know what you want me to say, but, so here's the thing. It's not the Packers, and it's not the Lions. So Dalvin Cook, when he was on, looked incredible. That guy looked really, really good.
No doubt.
But you do have the 1-2 punch. So I'm going to give you the slightest edge because that's the only points he'll score this season. So that's the little bit. That's what I'll give you. You edged out the Vikings, and then I would put the Packers.
One of the best, if not probably the best, running back tandems going into 2018.
Okay.
Cohen and Jordan Howard. Who actually caught a pass at training camp, Jordan Howard.
Did he?
Yes.
He actually caught it?
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
God. That's a miracle.
It's one of those Nerf footballs.
Hey, best running back duo going into this division for sure. Yes, Dalvin Cook, could he be the best, most talented running back in the whole division? Sure.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it's unfortunate that he did get hurt last year. Mm-hmm. But best running game definitely goes to the Bears.
Yeah, the Bears were... Obviously, Jordan Howard's very consistent, very underrated, too, in my opinion. I don't know why he doesn't get the credit that he deserves, but yeah, he's a great... And Trey Cohen, the human joystick, right, they call him? Mm-hmm. This guy's a monster. So if he gets the ball, Matt Nagy better give him the damn ball.
And then I put Vikings number 2. With Dalvin Cook, it was a shame they got rid of Jerick McKinnon. Mm-hmm. He went over there to San Francisco. Because I liked him. I liked him backing up Dalvin Cook, and then he did a great job once Cook went down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And they brought Latavius Murray back too, right?
Latavius Murray's still there.
Yeah, he's still there.
It was okay.
He's whatever. He was the guy why you couldn't play McKinnon in fantasy because
exactly. He would steal a touchdown every so often.
He's a vulture. That's what he is.
Yeah, he's a vulture. That's it.
It was a good 1-2 punch. It was a good 1-2 punch at the end of the day. But yeah, the Packers now. What are they gonna do with their running game though?
Listen. How we've done it, this year we drafted all the cornerbacks. Last year we're let's just draft 3 running backs and see what happens. Obviously we had the debacle with Eddie Lacy a couple years back, and when Lacy first came out, I loved that man. The way he ran when he was on, oh damn, he was a damn good running back.
When he was motivated and stayed in shape,
yeah, and then food. So, but right now, I actually kind of love the question mark at our running back position because we have so many options. You have Ty Montgomery, who, while is not the perfect running back in any way, shape, or form, he can get the job done. He, I think, was over the first few games of the season before he got hurt. He was one of the top running backs when it comes to yardage and things like that, or yards per carry. He was definitely up there. I love Jamal Williams and I love Aaron Jones. I love both of those guys. If I have to go with a gut pick, I'm thinking Aaron Jones is going to most likely start. Okay. They might try Montgomery for the beginning of it, but I would love to see him move into the slot again because I think that he could. We know he's a great wide receiver, or at least a competent one. So I would love if he went back to that position and was used like Randall Cobb, how they throw him in the backfield sometimes. Yeah. We essentially have 3 people who could run the ball. I'm happy with that.
Aaron Jones, I'm writing that down because I need to know for fantasy. So Because I didn't know who to even look at.
Well, if you could draft all three of them, because that's
a sleeper. I'm not driving.
When you talk about fantasy when it comes to Packers, you're only talking about DFS, man. You ain't drafting none of those guys.
Of course. Like if anything, they're gonna be on my bench.
It's,
like, way down there,
it's committee. Yeah. It's a committee. You have no idea.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust them for fantasy, but I think an overall production with those three, you could literally use any single one of them. Yeah. We'll find a place for them.
Now with the Detroit Lions, do you think they get that running game going at all? I mean, yes, they got LeGarrette Blount, but how much is that going to help?
Yeah. Well, he's been a lucky charm.
He's a Band-Aid, though. I mean, I feel like he's a temporary fix to a long-standing problem with the Detroit Lions. And that, Blunt, I mean, it's 2018, that you want that to be your workhorse. I mean, I'm not saying that he can't score. Because, he's like that guy you give him on the 3-yard line, 2-yard line, goal line, what have you, and he'll punch it in. But, I mean, I just don't see him being, the explosive player that you need him to be.
I look at it like this. The Detroit Lions, they've had a lot of different talented running backs. Theo Riddick and I can't even remember the other guy's name off the top of my head now. But all these guys have never been really down. Amir Abdullah. There we go. Thank you. Never been really a downhill runner, though. LeGarrette Blount at least can do that. That's what they don't really need. Matthew Stafford's going to be throwing the ball. That's what he's going to be doing.
Yeah.
But they need a guy that can at least grind it out for 2-3 yards, like you said, on the goal line, or 3rd and 2, get that first down, and not rely on a passing game. So that's why I think LeGarrette Blount could be good for them in that aspect, but not high production, but at least valuable in those situations.
You see Kerryon Johnson being the guy?
He could. He has a talent. Just let's hope he gets his opportunity.
Yeah, I think that's a big question mark. And if I'm a Lions fan, I don't really know how many eggs I'm going to put in that basket.
Oh yeah, you gotta be skeptic with their history.
Which is why Matthew Stafford is going to ball out, man. He has to. He has to. Like Tom was saying earlier, he's got to.
That's true.
Yeah, because again, they don't have the defense, and you're going up against guys. We're talking about QBs. You have Aaron Rodgers, obviously. You have your Kirk Cousins. If Trubisky decides to throw 23 touchdowns, he won't. But just in case he decides to, it's a very high passing division, and so you need a secondary because that's why the Packers can't make it to the damn Super Bowl because we haven't had a secondary since 2010.
I can't fucking wait until the Bears prove themselves this year because I mean, I to be completely honest, I can't really talk that much shit because it's well, what have we really done? I mean, we gotta stay healthy, like you were saying earlier.
Yeah.
Hey, you won on Brett Favre recognition night. You did that.
Don't you think for a second
you did it. You did it.
I wasn't just
you did what pants on. You did. I'm so proud of you. So proud of you.
This time next year, Tom's gonna come on. I'm gonna be like, "Fuck you, Tom! The Chicago Bears swept ass.
We won 4 games this year,
and 2 of them came against the Packers. What's up, Tom?
Do you believe that though?
Oh, fuck yeah, I do.
How many of the Bud Lights have you had? This is a commercial sponsor break for Anheuser-Busch. Dilly, we'll get your hopes up.
I touched one. With a sober mind, Chicago Bears are going to beat the Packers week 1.
I don't know about that one, buddy.
And we're going to be streaming live for that.
We are.
We're going to be streaming live for that.
Sunday Night Football in Lambeau Field.
Hey, Tom, I want you to join our if we're going to be live streaming for that. When the Packers beat the Bears, I want you to tune in and talk so much shit because Josh's gonna be drinking, he's gonna be pissed off, and it's gonna be the best night of my life.
Excellent. That sounds wonderful.
Oh,
I could actually, if you want, if I may. So for my show that we do, we bring on fans of the opposing teams before the games.
Uh-huh.
I mean, Josh, if you want to come on, the week before the game, you're more than welcome to into Packcast, and and I'll give you your fair shake. We'll talk about cast.
I would love to enter Cheeseland.
Yeah,
and talk about how the Bears are gonna kick that ass. Look at that. He's got the cheese head, Sean. Look at him. He's got the cheese head.
Got it.
Well, it's good because I got a grater downstairs for his ass.
Oh, this is gonna be awesome. I'm gonna love that.
I love how you tried to make the phrase "I got a grader" sound badass. and like, listen, I'll give you like a 6 out of 10. Like, it works pretty good. Like, I think about that. I'm like, what? Oh, okay. For cheat. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Got it. Yeah.
I would love to come on. Sure.
Yeah. Okay. That'd be wonderful. I think we'll have a great time. Yeah. And listen, I'll happily join any live stream just because, it'll be a great night. I'm really looking forward to it.
And if it goes the wrong way, we're going to block him.
We have technical issues.
We can hide users.
Yeah, we could do that. Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay. All right, cool.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Anyway.
Yeah, so he's going to hide you. I'm going to secretly unhide you every time. He's like, why isn't this working? I don't know.
It's so weird. Like, it just keeps on hanging up.
That's why I'm going to throw your damn phone down.
Throw my phone? Why? You won't know. Shit.
Anyway, so back to what we were talking about. What were we talking about?
I don't know.
We did running backs. We did wide receivers. We did quarterbacks.
Let's talk about defenses. Defenses of the NFC North, man. All right, so look.
Can we argue Vikings? I think Vikings number one, right?
Vikings are the best.
I think that's sold. That's done. Kind of like Aaron Rodgers, the best quarterback. This is Vikings best.
They have. I mean, the only team in the entire NFL that could argue against the Vikings would be the Jaguars.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah. So yeah, we're number one. I think we're all unanimous there.
We're all
number
good.
two.
Yeah,
hands down, the Bears. Come on. I mean, think about it. I mean, listen. I mean, you're gonna tell me the Bears have who has a better secondary outside the Vikings than the Chicago Bears
in the division?
Who?
Now,
yes, Lions have Darius Slade. He's amazing.
Okay.
Yes, the
Packers
are.
Secondary. We don't have a better secondary.
Yeah, no. Packers are on the rise.
Yeah.
Like don't let Tom. He's over there trying to
He's trying to reverse the college. Yes.
Yes. They got talent over there, but they're not quite there yet. So I think the Chicago Bears. I mean, with our safeties, Jackson, Amos, and then Kyle Fuller. I mean, he had an amazing season last year. I think he's gonna have a great season again this year. And then So I think and then the front seven. Pretty damn good.
I agree with your secondary. Now I'm skeptic a little bit. I want to see Kyle Fuller do it another year in a row because last year was his only good year, and you hated
no. Rookie year he did great.
Okay. Besides that, but he's been injured. He's been inconsistent. And even you wanted him traded in the offseason last year.
Yeah, yes, he was. Okay, yes, he did have some injuries and shit like that. Yeah. But his rookie year and last year was pretty damn good. Mm-hmm. Yes, I'll be watching out for Kyle Fuller too.
Let's see if he actually stays
consistent. But I think he'll be fine.
Let's see if
he was the guy you just signed to a new contract, right?
Yes.
Oh, he was the one that we made you pay even more for because we put in
you did. It was the Packers.
I was making sure.
It was you fuckers who tried to get him, and then we had to match that offer.
No, we weren't. We were not trying to get him. We made you pay more.
They made y'all spend that money on him.
They were sitting there biting their damn nails, crying, hoping that Chicago Bears didn't match that offer.
But then they go out and get J. Alexander and Josh Jackson.
They had to. Like Tom said, they had to draft all those guys.
I think J. Alexander is going to be better than Kyle Fuller in a couple years.
Maybe he could. Who knows?
I love J. Alexander. I love that guy.
Louisville,
I believe,
such a fast man. I'm gonna love him. Even in the kick return game. But kickoffs are gonna be banned in like 5 seconds. So the punts maybe he'll be good at. But I have to say this with the Packers though. I love the way their defensive line is shaping up. Mike Daniels. I'm in love with Mike Daniels. That man is a monster. Yeah. I think getting Wilkerson and putting him back with Pettin, I think that's going to be a great combo. Nick Perry, if he decides to pull his, thumb out of his ass, might actually decide to do something. I think you're going to see a very different Packers defense this year. Yeah. And at least that's what I'm hoping for with the new defensive coordinator, with some new additions, obviously from the draft and also free agency. Yeah. I have some hope, but I'd put them solid at like number 3 with the potential to be higher.
Yeah. I mean, look, the Packers, they're going to make a huge leap in 2018 defensively. No doubt about it. I seem to be a little bit more hype on the secondary than Tom is.
Oh yeah,
using that reverse psychology like you were mentioning.
Yeah.
But no, the Green Bay Packers defense is going to be pretty damn good.
I really think so too. They've made the right moves.
Yeah.
So let's just see if the moves can come together.
Yeah. That's it. And again, I think the loss of Dom Capers is really going to be significant because the way I look at the offense in that we lost Jordy Nelson, but we picked up a bunch of other guys like a Jimmy Graham, because we drafted like 3 receivers in the draft too. Yeah. the addition of Philbin again, has a great rapport with Rodgers, has a history of success with them.
Yeah.
I think that the offense, even if it stays the same, is wonderful, will win a lot of games. And the defense, which has been so poor for so long, if we're able to just make that better, they're going to be a great team.
Yeah.
What about Detroit Lions? I mean, look, I think they're going to be in the bottom as far as defenses goes.
Yeah.
But
they exist.
Yeah, they exist.
Matt
Patricia is going to take him another year before that defense. He's got to put a little bit more work into it. The draft, free agency, stuff like that. Matt Patricia, I like him. I like him as a coach, though.
They got Ziggy. Ziggy's great.
And for another year at least, right? And I think they franchise tagged him.
Yeah.
So let's see how that goes.
Yeah, I know. Losing Haloti Ngata, man, that was pretty big.
Yeah, that kind of is going to hurt the middle right there. So I think it's going to be tough to see what Matt Patricia can do. But he's done great work in New England with less talent.
Exactly. Like he made that defense a Super Bowl defense multiple times, and again with nobodies. Like he essentially just threw plain patchwork.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, while everyone hates on the Patriots, like my hat's off to guys like Bill Belichick and Matt Patricia because they're able to put a cohesive team together out of spare parts.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly, scheming. That's what it boils down to. Scheming and placing players in the right positions.
Scheming is, that's very important.
And this guy is Matt Patricia. Apparently, he's a genius.
I mean, look at Butler. I mean, look how much money he got, and no one knew his name before that Super Bowl. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's incredible.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we'll see what he can do.
So yeah, that's our thoughts on the defenses.
Yep.
So overall, who's the best team? In the NFC North? You go first, Tom.
I appreciate the gratitude and the courtesy. It's a tough. Can I rank from the bottom up because I think that's going to be easier to do?
Yeah. Okay.
Sure. Go ahead.
Well, okay. So this is the first time that I'll actually put the Bears somewhere. So I think the Bears will be at number 4. Like that's the first time they'll be. Kind of like me saying them first. Like, I do not see the reverse psychology.
You think the Bears are finishing last in the division? Woo! You think the Lions are a better team than Chicago Bears in 2018? Really?
I think that I have more faith in Matthew Stafford's production than Trubisky.
No doubt about it. I mean, yes, Matthew Stafford is a stud, but, dude, overall team, the Chicago Bears are clearly better than the Detroit Lions.
I mean,
you said Matthew Stafford. Cool. What else?
Yeah, and I still pick them over the Bears. I might not be able to name another person on their team, but I think the Bears for me. So here's the sad thing is that I get we're the oldest rivalry. We're so I'm supposed to hate you, but it's just I feel bad. I just. Feel bad. It's that scene in Mad Men where he's like, I hate you. And he's like, I don't even think about you. That's what it is for the Bears. They're an afterthought. And I don't mean that, I do mean it in a negative way, but I'm trying not to frame it as hoo asshole. But I just don't, I just don't see it. You know what? Maybe
what don't you see?
Because you invited me on the show. The Lions will finish last, and then the Bears will finish third. They won't see my official predictions at Pack, but they will here on Sports Fury. We'll say that the Bears are going to have a great 7-9 season, and I gave you that. So maybe they'll finish third. The Lions will finish fourth, but
okay.
But here's the thing, though. But the Packers play the Lions in Week 17 again. And so, obviously, the Packers have already clinched home field advantage. So that's a win for the Lions because we won't be playing our starters. So that's a win for them that might edge out on you guys.
Okay. All right, so who do you have second?
I'm not getting home field advantage. Who am I kidding? There's no way. We're not. But, all right, so I put interchangeably third and fourth are the Lions and the Bears. Interchangeably. The Vikings, I think, on paper, have a more talented roster like we were already talking about.
Yeah.
I think with the Dalvin Cook, Kirk Cousins, even if he's a slight upgrade, is an upgrade from Keenum. So right now on paper, I'm putting the Vikings first. But again, Aaron Rodgers is the wild card. He's the factor. If he stays healthy, I put you up against the Vikings any day of the week. And I think that he can win.
Yeah, I mean, look, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, probably the two best players in the entire NFL.
As of right now, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So you got to give them the respect. So as long as he's on the field, they have a chance.
That's it.
Yeah.
You know,
if Aaron Rodgers wins the North, man, over that Vikings, he'll probably win the fucking MVP.
More than likely.
You know, shit. It'll have to be. It'll have to be MVP season.
Definitely.
To knock out the Vikings in the North. Sean?
Ooh, me first? All right. Or second? You don't want to go first on this one?
Go.
Okay. Sure?
Yep.
I got Vikings number 1. Definitely. I love what they did last year. Packers number 2. Now, this is where Josh might murder me.
Oh, get the fuck out of here. You see the Lions better than Chicago Bears? How?
Hold on.
How?
Hold on. Calm. It's okay. It's okay. I don't know. Shit.
Yeah, you don't know. So
I might have the Lions and Bears with the same record. So that's why.
Would you ever buy that hat? Ever?
I'm actually allergic to cheese, and I still am wearing this. Yeah. It's really just like the highlight of my life.
He said I'm allergic to cheese.
It's true. It is dead true. Like, cheese will kill me. It will actually kill me. And it's still worth it.
Wow. He's putting his life on the line for his team. That's a true fan.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think the Lions and Bears might have the same record. So either way, 3 and 4 might. I think they both might go 7 and 9 or 8 and 8. So I'm looking at it like it could just be based off of who they played, but not regarding talent.
Hey, 8 and 8. That's good. That's good. It's 500. Or more likely it's going to be 6 and 10. And I said the 10 for your jersey, so I thought that would make you feel happy.
So
for Trubisky, right?
Trubisky. No, the Detroit Lions will finish last in the division.
Okay.
Chicago Bears will finish 3rd. Then it'll be the Packers, and then it'll be the Vikings.
Okay.
The Bears are definitely a better team than the Detroit Lions. Not that the Detroit...
I didn't say they're not better.
Not that the Lions are a bad team. Don't get me wrong. I think this division is pretty damn stacked.
Yeah.
But I think we have a better overall team. Our front seven's better. Our secondary's better. Our offensive line is fucking better. We have a better running game. Now, when it comes to quarterback, like Tom said, Matthew Stafford. Okay. All right, cool. Matthew Stafford. They got Matthew Stafford.
The Bears are definitely better. I just think they're going to have the same record, so it's going to be tough to say.
I mean, like the Packers are going to win the division regardless, so like it really doesn't matter at the end of the day who finishes 3rd and 4th.
Oh, it fufucking matters. It matters.
This is all I have to play for, damn it.
If we don't win, as long as we are not in the basement, that matters, man. I am happy. That is a good year. You don't know what it's like being a Bears fan.
You don't know.
You don't even know.
Trust me. Fucking ever since Lovie Smith left, it's just been bad. It's been real bad.
I thought you liked John Fox.
Fuck you, Sean. Fuck you.
He was great with the Broncos.
Yeah.
So, are you guys gonna like pick up Tebow if Trubisky doesn't work out? Is that how that's gonna roll?
Oh
or?
no, he's gonna. You don't know Tom Tebow. He's a baseball player now. He's gonna.
Yeah, no, he plays for the Mets or whatever.
He's gonna be one of the best baseball players of all time.
Just like Trubisky. Yep.
Yeah.
I can't.
Oh man, this.
Oh Tom, I cannot wait. I can't fucking wait. Just for week 1. Week 1, I can't wait.
I'm gonna call in week 1, and it's just gonna be your face. Sean's gonna be dead, and it's just gonna be you staring at the sky, just going no, and just hanging up, and that's gonna be it.
Oh, if it goes the wrong way, we won't even exist anymore. The channel's gone.
Everything got blown up. Like I don't know what's gonna happen. Oh man, no, I'm excited. Week 1 is gonna definitely be exciting. I love this.
I'm just happy it's not the Giants and Cowboys because I'm so freaking tired of seeing that week 1 Sunday night football.
Why? They've been great games.
Oh, shut up!
Putting away my Cowboy fandom.
You got week 2.
Yes, we do have week 2, but
and you can keep that. Just stop.
We'll be back on there next week.
Biggest surprise of the division. What do you got?
Now, are we talking player or are we talking overall?
Overall. Anything you got.
Anything that might pop up. Yeah.
The Packers finished with the top 10 defense.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
One of my biggest surprises. Well, not. it's going to be a surprise to people once they learn this. Okay. I think Devontae Adams is going to have his first season over 1,000 yards. He's never had a season over 1,000 yards. He will have about 1,100, 1,200 yards. Touchdowns. I'll say about 12 touchdowns. 12 touchdowns for Devontae Adams. 1,200 yards.
Okay.
And that's my prediction. That's my big surprise.
Really?
And people are going to be like, what? He's never had a 1,000-yard season? No, he hasn't. He has not had it.
He's come very close. 2 years ago, he was really close. But
3 yards shy.
So my biggest surprise is your Bears receiver staying healthy.
Really, Sean?
Kevin White catches a ball.
Except for Kevin White. Nobody cares about him. But
Kevin White makes it to week 8.
Allen Robinson, Taylor Gabriel, as long as those two guys stay healthy, y'all are going to have a good offense.
I forgot you got Taylor Gabriel.
Yes.
He's a guy.
Yeah. He's a guy with legs that can run.
Oh, fuck yeah, man. It's better than we had last year.
That's true.
Bears, you guys, it's all about legs. It's all about legs with you guys.
Calves, man. He's third. He's third.
Do we want to round out our top 5 calves of 2018?
I'll Google image this shit right now.
Yeah.
I think Nagy has some pretty good calves.
Oh,
I'm afraid to type in best calves in the NFL to see what comes up.
Oh, that'd be kind of creepy.
Olivia Munn or whatever.
What's that in the NFL?
I just got top most jacked players of all time. Yeah, I don't want to look at this. Okay. We're good. I'm comfortable enough in my sexuality to not look at that list.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that wraps everything up. That's our thoughts on the entire NFC North going in 2018.
Yeah.
Tom, thank you for coming on here, man. Appreciate it. You're a funny guy.
Yeah, man. This was a blast.
You're allergic to cheese, yet you're a cheesehead. You're going to lose week 1. You're great, man. You're great.
This was awesome. I can't wait to see more bantering between y'all two. This is gonna be awesome.
This is fun. This is a lot of fun.
I had a blast. So thank you guys for thinking of me and inviting me on. I'm looking forward to it. And Josh, like I said, week 1, you come right on the show and we'll make magic happen. Okay. And one of us will cry.
Yeah. One of us will cry.
Yeah. One will cry in happiness, one cry in sadness.
Oh, I don't cry in sadness. I get violent.
That's actually very true. I know from personal experience. It's scary.
Where did you say you lived again?
Sean is like blinking out in Morse code, help me this entire podcast, this entire time.
Save me.
But everybody watching, thank you so much. And don't forget, go subscribe to Tom Grossi. Go follow his website. Go follow Tom everywhere. The links will be in the description box down below. Yes. And we want to hear your thoughts about the NFC North. Who you got winning? Where do you rank them? And all of that. Let us know. Jesus.
I'm sorry. That was subliminal messaging. I promise. Happen again. It's fine. That's my mistake. I'm sorry.
It's just everything has a mind of its own.
Sean?
No, guys. Thank you. Make sure you hit that like button, guys. Share this video. And like Josh said, leave a comment. We want to hear everybody's thoughts on everything. Man.
All right. And we'll see you guys for 2018.
Yeah.
All right.
Peace.
All right.